listening to The Burning Truth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes. I'm your host, Matt Burns, and I can honestly say, been a very interesting and very busy week as of late. Now, I know that every week I'm normally addressing the fact of lateness and everything of me being on the show, but I'm just so glad I actually made the change over to announce that instead of me actually officially stating I'm starting at 9 o'clock, I've given that hour leeway just in case, because certain things can get a bit busy, a bit more hectic than usual, and with current events that have been going on lately, I've been busier almost every week. Oh, I'm getting busier every week. But let's get down to business and move on to wrestling, shall we? But before that, I need to state that we actually had officially this week a mental health day, which I'm hoping that on that day, everyone took that day as to have a reflection upon yourself and also take care of your own mental health and mental health of other people. But as much as I will state, Mental Health Day is a great day for everybody to reflect and have a think, it should be something that should be done every day. Which is why I am, a bit. I'm someone who's very passionate about mental health and making sure that everything's okay and checking and making sure that, you've always got to consider mental health whenever making big decisions. Make sure you're not being rash and everything. But as I've always keep stated, with The Burning Truth, I like to give shout outs to places like Mind, Changes UK for health and well-being, and everything, which are one of the reasons why I always mention to check them out. So give them a bit of a quick check out, especially this week with the fact that recently we had mental health awareness come around. But let's move on to the actual wrestling, shall we? For tomorrow, the UKWA, also known as the UK Wrestling Alliance, they will be having another member of the roster being revealed. Now the question is how, who is it going to be? Is it going to be a single person? Is it going to be a tag team? The question is, you'll have to wait and see who it is, or whom, or whoever. If it's a single person, multiple people, we'll have to wait and see. But it should be interesting to see who it is. As for this week in wrestling, I can also say Raw. I know I normally don't talk much about WWE, current events and everything, but it was very, very good to see two wrestlers, in a way, make a return to wrestling. Okay, one of them has wrestled recently, even though he did have a long hiatus and everything, but it was good to see him back in the ring doing what he loves. Another person, great to see him back. However, did not expect him to be on SmackDown, because the last time I checked, I believed he was on Raw. But I'll discuss about that one after I mention about Kurt Angle being on Raw, which is very ingenious plan by having him involved as one of the I apologise if I mispronunciate it. One of the conquistadors, and if I'm not mistaken, Kurt Angle did have a few select words about the outfit, as he was not very in regards to it, as he said, not very comfortable to wear. But it's got a massive part of history, and this was in regards to a battle royal involving the current, the so-called fill-in GM Baron Corbin trying to get himself a sneaky win into the World Cup tournament. But more news on that later. It was to see Kurt Angle back in the ring. It's just amazing to see him. He looked fresh. He looked ready, and he looks like he's in the best shape of his life lately. Can't wait. Fingers crossed everything goes according to plan, and he's able to get to show what he can really do. As for the other person who made a big return, it's none other than The Big Show. Now, Big Show's had some time off, and I think the last time we actually saw Big Show was when he was being power slammed through the cage by Braun Strowman. Now, a sight to behold, that is, but Big Show coming back. Props to you, Big Show. You're looking great. For someone of his size, he's in great shape. He's taking care of himself, and if anybody says, he should be done and everything, he doesn't look like it. Far from it. Far from it. He looks really good. It's good to see him back in wrestling and making a return. Hopefully, Big Show will do what he does best and try, and help progress things further. The only thing I thought was a bit of a letdown for him was the fact that his match was the main event for SmackDown, making a big return against Randy Orton, and well, it was for entry into the WWE World Cup. Now, what I thought was quite astounding was the fact that they had Big Show make a big return and then he didn't win. Now, 9 out of 10 times when a big returning superstar comes back, they usually get the win. Usually. In this case, that doesn't seem to be the case. Randy Orton managed to get the win. And okay, in regards to, it's just weird. I just thought they would have given Big Show, the return win, being so loyal and everything. But we'll have to wait and see how things develop there. Now, I know this is something I could have discussed last week, as I believe I may have known. Was it then? I'm not sure if it was announced last week or this week, but Daniel Bryan will be facing AJ Styles for the WWE Championship, and this is at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Now, great match that'll be. It's going to be a match that is very highly viewed in WWE, going to be like a dream match for WWE, and it's definitely one to watch, and it's something I couldn't agree more. Definitely something that's going to be 100% watch. Some might suggest that, we've seen him on the Indies, but that was on the Indies, that was then. This is now. This is Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. The Yes Man, Fear the Beard versus the Phenomenal One. The man, the man that the man who built the SmackDown house. And it's going to be absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Definitely, yes. One to watch. Do not want to be missing that. But in regards to the pay-per-view Crown Jewel, which is where it's supposedly meant to be getting happening, that might not be happening. The reason being that the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, there's rumours in regards to it that a lot of the workers are very hesitant to be flying out in regards to that big event and everything. We'll have to wait and see what's currently going on. On top of that, there's also talks of the actual whole event being actually cancelled. Now, this is due. Now, the reason behind it, I will just state, it is due to certain events that have happened in Saudi Arabia. Now, as to regards to what the events are, I am not at disclosure to discuss it because that is something me personally, I feel as though I wouldn't be able to do that justice in regards to what them events are currently going on. But I would say I'd honestly recommend looking into it potentially in regard, in regards to that. And it's definitely something that is something that I recommend anybody who is interested in watching the Crown Jewel pay-per-view to check out and everything, and keep up to date with world events, because something major has happened, and which is the reason why the event might be cancelled. Now, if in the event that the pay-per-view does get cancelled, it is possibly most likely, this isn't a fact, this is only speculation, that a lot of the matches may get pushed and moved over to WWE Survivor Series. And which that could be the case, or some of them could be cancelled. And the World Cup tournament could actually be... It could be possibly pushed over, but it has to be more likely a single match if that was the case. Or if that isn't the case, it would then either most likely get its own big special WWE Network event, or sadly cancel, which, if it's cancelled as a whole, I think that would be a massive shame, as especially with the fact that they've put a lot of time and effort into it recently, with the fact that they've got it already been announced on Raw and SmackDown. I think it'd be unlikely that they'd be cancelling it, but if they did, I feel as though that would be a shame on WWE's part, as I feel as though it would be more rewarding if they had the event. And okay, if they don't actually do it at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view event, make it WWE exclusive, network exclusive. It would stand out, absolutely stand out, and who knows, could end up being an annual pay-per-view event for the WWE Network, which straight away is more content for the WWE, which, if I'm not mistaken, and Vince McMahon, for what I'm about to do, please, eventually, you're going to have to start paying us revenue, paying the Burning Truth revenue for this. The WWE Network is only costing $9.99. Just in case you didn't hear that, $9.99. Which, that's, to some might seem a lot, but £10 or $10 or $10 can seem like a lot, but it's not for the content that you're getting. All the pay-per-views, all the past shows, all loads of pay-per-views, WCW pay-per-views, ECW, exclusive content. You're getting your money's worth, and take also into account that the first month that you do sign up is free as well. But anyway, aside from that plug, the WWE Network on Wednesday will have a new show on there, which is the WWE NXT UK. I cannot wait for that event, for that that show. I'm going to be watching that almost every week. It's something, I've actually got some actual people who I actually know on that show, people I know personally, and absolute all-round great talent. Now, in regards with this, I believe that WWE just recently revealed the WWE NXT UK Tag Team Championships, which I can say wholeheartedly looks absolutely amazing. The only drawback I had with the video was the fact that we had the crowd chanting, "We deserve it, clap, 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 we deserve it." No, it's a big no-no for me. That almost took me a little bit, but okay, yes, the UK, it's great news for us, but did not expect the crowd to start chanting that, but anyway, let's move on. So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to check out the WWE Network on Wednesday, because you'll be getting WWE NXT UK. Now for news about myself, which is the fact that I was actually at Fusion Pro Wrestling last night. And, this is one of the rare times where I'll state that, I actually had a fun, interesting match against Ashton Lover. Who, by the way, yes, I did see your video clip, Ashton Lover, calling me Shrek and everything, but really, as I said to you on the night, Shrek's got a kingdom. And have you got a kingdom? No. At least you got your bromance between you boys. At least, credit out to you, but unfortunately, you tried to cheat and everything, but you didn't get the job done. You didn't get the 1, 2, 3. Now, normally I do actually, hold back on revealing results and everything, but I can make an exception for myself. Definitely for myself, for my own matches, but, keep an eye out on YouTube as well, because Fusion Pro Wrestling does actually have some of their shows popping up on YouTube recently, so please check out their channel, which I just thought I'd give that a quick shout out as well, because even though I've already mentioned this, this event, which is Fusion Pro Wrestling Fright Night, that show could ended up being on YouTube as well. Now, one thing I will state is, normally I wouldn't talk more than just my own match. However, what happened after my match, is quite annoying. And yes, I am the Funk Soul Brother and everything. I can be very happy-go-lucky. I can be very, very upbeat, like I was joking and everything with Ashton Lover. What happened after was nothing to be funny about, nothing to laugh about. Anarchy made an appearance. Now, okay, I'll say there's 4 of them. Well, I say 4 of them. 3 wrestlers and 1 valet. Now, I'd just been in a match with Ashton Lover, who also had 2 cohorts cheap shotting me from time to time, but at least there was break in between them. After I've just had a match against Ashton Lover, and won, they could decide to come out and decide to cheap shot me. But one thing I will say, you didn't see me. What did you expect when you all surrounded the ring? You expected me to back down, you left me no choice. You basically cornered me, and believe me when I say this, a person, an animal, that's any animal, any human being that does end up getting cornered, expect the unexpected, because they can tend to lash out. And from how much of a beating I gave to AJ, well, the amount of shots I managed to sneak in before his boys decided to jump in was quite shocking, because I must have caught them off guard by just jumping in and, thinking, I've got to swing here first because I'm outnumbered, I'm outgunned, and I might as well start swinging for the fences. Now, I will give credit to where credit is due. That's certain members of the Fusion Pro Wrestling locker room did come out to make the save. Thank you very much for the save. Now, one thing I will state, I made a comment on there, which was, why not make it 3-on-3? They were so quick to jump in when it was 3-on-1 or 4-on-1. They're always quick to jump in when it's their advantage, but never when it's even Stevens. Fusion Pro Wrestling Management. Even the odds up. Let's see them in a fair fight. Let's see how far they're able to go. Oh, one more thing. AJ Hughes. as much as, even though you did viciously attack me, I'll give credit where credit is due. Congratulations on becoming the brand new Fusion Pro Wrestling Grand Champion. Although I will state, you did it with your boys again. Can't do anything by yourself. And, condolences to the first ever Fusion Pro Wrestling Grand Champion, G-Force. You put up one hell of a fight. You went to hell and back, unfortunately, as the numbers game do actually, can actually be too much, which that seems to be the case. But I hope nothing but the best, and that after what they were doing from the match, I heard from management, that you may have actually had a few bumps and bruises, and you were getting medical attention. I hope there's nothing serious for your G-Force, and if you do have to take any time off, I hope it's a speedy recovery. If not, great. Why not join the club to take out Anarchy? Because, you know what, there's a thought. G-Force, why don't we just ban a club? Or, better yet, members of the Fusion Pro Wrestling locker room. Why are we sitting by and letting Anarchy run around like they own the place? Why don't we band together and put a stop to it? Just thought to put that out there. Oh, and as I stated, congratulations AJ Hughes on becoming the new Fusion Pro Wrestling Grand Champion. Understand this as well. That also means you're also a target for the entire locker room. And believe me when I say this, the entire locker room also includes your boys. Because just remember, them boys, them lads, could also turn on you at any time to become the next Fusion Pro Wrestling Grand Champion. Food for thought. Now, during next week, for the Saturday, I believe that Shropshire Wrestling Alliance have got two massive shows happening on the same day, which is on Saturday, which are going to be 100% must-see. You do not want to miss them, especially seeing as the second show, which is most likely going to be the evening or night show, is going to be a super show, which has even got Chris Masters on the card. Definitely one not to miss. Highly recommend anybody to check that out. If anyone wants any further details, please check out Shropshire Wrestling Alliance's social media pages, and especially under the event section, because you'll see the events. Check them out. And it's definitely going to be one I want to be there myself. This is how good it is. The only way I won't be there is if there's a serious family reason, medical reason. Other than that, I will be there. Definitely not one to miss. And last piece of thing I want to discuss is I've heard some ramblings in regards to UK wrestling media, also known as UKWM. There's supposedly some possible big news that's going to be getting revealed during next week. Now, whether it be next Saturday or next Sunday, I don't know. If there is any big news in regards to it, I will hopefully be able to announce it for next week and bring you as much information as soon as possible. But if not, and there isn't, I'll be a bit sad that the research and everything has gone to waste. But there's supposedly some big news coming from UK wrestling media, and I'm hoping to find out what that news is and possibly try to break it as soon as possible. If I'm not able to be exclusive, then that's fair enough, but keep an eye out. Let's keep an eye out. But with that, let's get down to the usual time for plugs, which is, please everybody check out your local wrestling shows, on social media. For example, Shropshire Wrestling Alliance, Fusion Pro Wrestling, United Wrestling, which, if I'm not mistaken, United Wrestling is in 2 weeks' time. Please check them out as well. I'm always asking everybody to check out the local wrestling. One show, one company I recommend everybody check out is also Pro Wrestling for You as well. So please check out all wrestling events, even more Defiant Wrestling, Insane Championship Wrestling. If it's local, check it out. And please especially check out the social media, because you never know, you could end up getting some free tickets on there. I know certain companies like, United Wrestling Live, they do it. Give it a check out. And please check out UK Wrestling Alliance, because as I've already stated, they've got a roster reveal. Member of the roster being revealed tomorrow. Well, possibly even more. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I recommend everybody check out UK Wrestling Media, as they do fantastic footage work, and to keep an eye on them, because as I stated, there's some possible big news coming from them. Please check out JT Pinching and Stitching, and please check out the websites. I already did this earlier, a bit of an earlier plug for them, but please check out Mind and Changes UK for health and well-being, because the information on their websites could prove very useful. And who knows, it can end up either helping yourself or somebody else. Who knows? I also recommend you check out Team 4-Star. They're always producing great content. Check out bands like The New Breed, Kamens. Fantastic music, guys. Keep up the great work. I've got to do my usual Botchamania. You're welcome, Matthew plug. And of course, please check out Barely Average Studios, which is a great gaming channel. Which, as I stated numerous times previously, I actually know one of the guys because he used to wrestle, but, now no longer wrestles. But he seems, it's good the fact that even though he isn't wrestling now, he is doing something else that he loves. I recommend everybody check out Fatal Misfire, which is, on Twitch. And all the links I've already, all these plugs I've just mentioned will be on the Burning Truth website under the links section. And one more I want to give out a shout out to, and this is from myself personally, which is Philip DeFranco. That guy brings news on YouTube very interestingly and very quickly. Now, I know some people have given him some flack in regards to certain in regards to saying that he's being paid for certain things he's been advertising. That isn't the case, which he actually addressed very quickly with a video which he ended up having to remove one of his usual news shows, which he normally does Monday to Thursday, with his Friday show being a special one where he actually answers back all comments on each and every single day YouTube that he's done the news for. And makes it a conversation. So, if you are interested in some world news stuff, big news, could be big news, small news, YouTube news, give Philip DeFranco a bit of a check out. I just thought to give that a bit of a nice little shout out for Philip DeFranco. I can also say I watch his content, and he's always been, he's always managed to keep me informed, keep me smiling, even when some of the news he has been mentioning have been bad. But I find him very entertaining. And last thing I want you all to check out, which is the Burning Truth website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com, where it could be actually where you're listening to me live right now. You never know. You could be listening to past episodes, past broadcasts, past interviews. I have done show interviews show reviews. Not interviews, show reviews. But unfortunately, show reviews will currently be on hold at the moment in time, because with certain current events that have been ongoing, hopefully I will be able to return to that in the future. It's also where you can get some go on merchandise section where you can get, some snazzy t-shirts and of course some, merchandise mugs, TBT mugs, which will make, for, offices, great presents, great gifts. You never know. And of course, as I've always stated, there's also a blog page on there where I'll be doing my usual predictions as such, which I'll hopefully be doing some more, and I will eventually get around to blogging. There's also a contact page on there where you can send messages to The Burning Truth, and of course, as I've already mentioned, the links page for the with the plugs that I've already done already, and possibly some extras on there, or I've got to add some extras on there as well. And the last thing I want you all to check out, which is the Burning Truth social media, which is we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course Twitter. But the Twitter with Twitter being a little bit different, instead of actually saying it, I'll actually spell it out, which is WRESLING 4THWALL. Now there is a reason why I'm not stating what it is, because that was a old name, but we'll leave it there. But as always, this is going to be a wrap up for this week's episode. I hope you all stay well, stay safe, and of course, as always, please check out your local wrestling. Until then, I'll catch you next. Until then, I'll catch you all next time.